the cameras flashed, the crowd froze. And just like that, Hollywood had a new obsession. Why Nicole Kidman actually left Keith Urban. Welcome to Starscope Report.
Yeah, that story was absolutely everywhere.
Join Jordan and Jamie as they uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals. From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And welcome to this custom deep dive crafted just for you. Today we are unpacking the collapse of a 19-year Hollywood empire using court documents, insider reports, and the viral backlash.
Exactly. This isn't just your standard celebrity breakup. It's a masterclass in how megastars orchestrate a public uncoupling.
It really is. I mean, when you look at the court filings, they actually separated in the summer of 2025.
Wow, that early.
Yeah. But instead of letting a high-profile divorce drag out through the tabloids, they quietly finalized everything by January 2026.
But I noticed they completely bypassed public financial discovery by waiving spousal and child support.
Right.
For someone who doesn't track celebrity legal battles, what does bypassing discovery actually do for them?
Well, that's the genius of this strategy.
Mm.
Financial discovery means opening your books to the public and to the court.
Which they obviously don't want.
Exactly. By waiving support, they essentially bought their own privacy. They are keeping the exact value of their music catalogs, brand deals, and real estate completely out of the public record.
They just prepaid their obligations to avoid those monthly checks and all the intense scrutiny that comes with them.
Spot on.
That makes perfect sense. But the detail that really stood out in the documents was the custody split for their teen daughters, Sunday and Faith. Nicole secured 306 days a year, leaving Keith with just 59.
Which is highly calculated.
That seems incredibly lopsided, though, right?
Legally, that 306 to 59-day ratio relegates him to basically alternating weekends. By settling swiftly, they protected the financial empire. But this custody arrangement clearly establishes Nicole as the primary residential and emotional constant in their children's lives.
It's a very clinical, clean break on paper. But wait till you hear what triggered the daughters to ice out their dad.
Yeah, the behind-the-scenes dynamic is where the real fracture happened.
Before we get into that, if you're loving these Hollywood twists, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead.
So the family dynamic rapidly shifted into a 3-against-1 scenario.
The daughters are fiercely protective of Nicole.
They are, and they aligned with her amid those explosive dating rumors surrounding Keith.
Right, the rumors linking him to younger musicians like 26-year-old Carly Scott Collins, who totally denied it, by the way, and his 25-year-old bandmate, Maggie Bao.
And the tension actually spilled over onto the stage.
I saw fans going crazy online about a lyric swap during one of his concerts. What actually happened there?
Well, Keith was performing The Fighter, which is a song originally dedicated to Nicole. But during this concert, he changed the lyrics from Beatty to Maggie, I'll be your guitar player.
Oh, wow.
Fans immediately called the swap disrespectful. Now, Keith claims lyric swaps are just a normal part of his live shows, but...
Normal or not, context is everything. You can't just swap your wife's name for your 25-year-old bandmate's name in the middle of a divorce without expecting some fallout.
No. The daughters reportedly freaked out over that narrative. The context makes it impossible to ignore.
For sure.
And what is crucial to note here is how this contrasts with Nicole's past. She historically had a very distant relationship with her older adopted children, Bella and Connor, who stayed closely aligned with Tom Cruise after her first divorce.
So with her younger daughters, she is ensuring she remains the absolute central figure.
Precisely. She is keeping them incredibly close.
And that's not even the wildest part. Wait until you hear the total business wipeout that followed.
It really was a wipeout for Keith.
He abruptly parted ways with his manager of 25 years, Gary Borman, right after the divorce was finalized.
Dropping a manager you've been with for a quarter of a century immediately after a divorce is deeply significant. It signals a complete rebrand.
A manager of that tenure isn't just an employee, right?
Right. They are a shared ally who knows where all the bodies are buried. Parting ways suggests Keith is fundamentally clearing house and rebuilding his reality from scratch.
Meanwhile, Nicole is outflanking Paris Fashion Week with her daughters, showing this incredibly united front. She did an interview recently where she marveled at her daughter's Gen Z armor.
That was a really interesting comment.
She said they have this built-in defense mechanism to just shrug off public scrutiny. It's wild to think about teenagers using the same internet detachment we use to scroll past memes to actually block out their parents' very public divorce.
It's a profound observation. For Nicole, rebuilding her reality means integrating her daughters directly into her public brand. She is leaning on their modern resilience as a shield against the intense media glare.
That emotional distance is a powerful tool when your entire life is under a microscope.
It absolutely is.
So, Nicole praised her daughter's Gen Z armor for deflecting public scrutiny, but here is a question for you to ponder. Does that same emotional detachment make it easier for them to permanently sever ties with family when trust is broken?
That is something to think about.
You've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.